Good evening, everyone. Hope you've had yet another wonderful day. And, hey, guess what? We're playing Monster Train, because I said we were going to play Monster Train, and that's how that works. I do still want to play a lot more of Slay the Spire, but I do also love playing Monster Train, so here we are. Then we got more crowns to go. I don't remember how many we left on. We still got a chunk to do, and then obviously we got other things like the hat trick challenge still as well. Good to see you, Glacier. Good to see you, Fury. Okay. Alright, where are we starting today? Last count I remember was 21 crowns, so I know that I had changed the title to 22 crowns last time. But I think we had probably done some of the crowns since then, so... You can never deny your true love, Sal. It's true. Okay, so we've only got one more Spine Chief to go. We've got 2 Echo Rights. We've got 1 Hef and 2 Herzl. Let's start with Herzl and, I guess, Remnant. That's where we'll start today. Yeah, we definitely want Primitive Mold. Slay the Spire. No! Play the Pyre. How you doing, Carissa? Also, hold on one moment while we fix my headphones, since the cord keeps getting really weirdly tangled in an unhelpful way. Okay. So, been a bit since we last played, but shouldn't be hard to get back in the swing of things. I'm generally always disappointed to see Steel Steward. It's certainly a lot better in Soul Savior, but on the whole, it can do okay work, but I generally am pretty disappointed by the super defensive units. Also, I think with Steel Steward in particular, it's disappointing that his one interesting gimmick, Steel Guard, can be given to any unit via Machinist Tome. Yeah, like, I think this is a reasonably good tome, but it's disappointing that it creeps upon the one gimmick of Steel Steward entirely. And you can't even, like, stack it, so it's not like you can combine Machinist Tome with Steel Steward for extra effect. Anyways. Okay. That's interesting. So I do like Combustible Wax quite a bit, especially when we've got the Wicklashes. But Departure Manifest means that we could potentially play a Weldling in deployment, or even multiple of them, and that's pretty good. So I think we're going to take that, and we'll just deal with the things. I always have a really hard time not taking Enduring Steel. And I think we are going to take that. I don't think it's, like, amazing for us here, but that's what we're going to do anyways. Okay. So we're going to do some things that look maybe questionable. Okay. Blacksmith seems to be Herzl's weakest path, to me at least. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. Okay, so we'll play you out. Unfortunately, you're going to burn out, but you're at least going to give... Oh, you burn out before the armor. Otherwise, if I had realized that, I would have played him a different spot, but I forgot that that's how that works. Primitive Mold plus Permaforging seems like a nice combo. Yeah, especially with my ability to kill something with Burnout as well. Seems useful. I mean, so, like, Blacksmith, I would say, is... Just to be clear that we're talking about the same pathway. But Blacksmith being the burst one, like, I think it's reasonably decent. It gives you a boost early on in the fight that you then use to empower another unit or, like, an equipment. And I think that's okay. Also, honestly, we probably should have taken Blacksmith on this one because we could, like, let him die and then reform him, and that would be pretty good. Regardless, not what we did. And Enduring Steel is still pretty good for us. In fact, quite good for us. But anyways, Blacksmith I think is more straightforward and generally easier to get rolling than Enduring Steel, at least. Enduring Steel can be quite good later, but it definitely trades that for a pretty terrible early game. At least if you're trying to, like, take all the trials and all that. And then, like, Pyresmith is fine. It just kind of does its thing. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have more forge points, but we are going to do this, and we're going to extend your burnout. We take the damage. Honestly, Primitive Mold seems to combo well with all three Herzl paths, refreshing burst, extra pyro shots. Yeah, no, it's just solidly good. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to spend my forge points on unless we draw the other Weldling right here. Okay, well. There we go. Not the most impressive forging, but that's how it is, especially since we had the minus Ember on this fight. But overall, worked out well. I mean, Steel Polyclaw is maybe something. Spike Driver Spider can also be pretty decent with primitive molds and permanent forging. I really dislike Spike Driver Spider, but with Departure Manifest and permanent molds and Enduring Steel, that's like the ideal situation for it. I mean, I kind of want to do it, because basically what this looks like is we try to give it Burnout and Endless, and then we just, like, forge it repeatedly, and then we dupe it later on. And, like, that's not bad. I mean, we can also just, like, reform it rather than giving it Endless. It's just that losing the burst makes it a lot less competitive. I think I'm pretty happy, though, to just, like, bulk up to the Weldlings. We'll take a Steel Polyclaw, I guess. I will take this, for safety's sake. We definitely want to go here for a number of reasons. Namely, we want to see, yeah, multi-strike, and also we'd be pretty happy to see something that helps with forging. Namely, Forge Steward or Salvage Machine are both okay. Yeah. Not my favorite, but it's pretty decent for our needs. And then this is going to go here. And then we make decisions about what we want to do. Dualism is kind of cute in that we could double the armor on it. And it is going to be getting an increasing amount of armor. Could also give it Burnout so that it dies immediately. I don't think I really want to do the burnout, though I can support multiple with burnout later on with the hallowed drippings. Also with the wick lashes. I think maybe we just want to give you HP. And I think I'm going to leave the slot open. Could also do endless. Don't really want to do endless. I think we're just going to remove some things to make life a little easier. Honestly, we're going to get rid of the Steel Steward. It would synergize well with the Weldlings, but I can't do it. How you doing, Goldpoke? I mean, I wouldn't call it a palate cleanser. I was having a good time with Slay the Spire, but boy, do I love this game. It's a shame you can't permaforge Herzl himself. It just doesn't work that way. Well, I imagine it would work properly if you had, like, Hall of Mirrors. So nice to see all the fun upgrade options again. Yeah, it is admittedly a little weird to be able to do more interesting things again. Okay, so we're going to play you. You have 6 armor. So it should be fine, just play you in front. And then we're just going to let these go. So why the Switch? Did I miss something yesterday? No, we just talked about playing different games. Just to keep things fresh, and so that's all we're doing. So I could smith you. I think since I've already got the steel pulley claw down, what we're going to do is we're going to do this and pull you up here so I can kill more. It's sort of fine to me for us to be taking some fire damage. Like, it's not that big a deal. Black Prism Meg Relay is a good way to forge him. Let me clarify what I mean, and I assume you mean Abyssal Prism. When I say you can't forge him, what I mean is Enduring Steel, the Permaforge path of Herzl. If you play him with Forge points, you can forge him, but he doesn't get the permanent points. Because until he's in play fully, he doesn't see, like, the game doesn't see his replacement effect. And so that's what I'm trying to specify. That you can't, like, cheese the system and, like, perma-forge Herzl himself. Like, you can forge him for sure, but you can't perma-forge him unless you have a second way to get a Herzl into play. That's what I meant. I recognize it's not what I had said, so... Okay, so you're still almost dead, which is a concern. And I'll play you out. I don't get to do the Wicklash. Whatever, that's fine. Here we are. I wish the Forge Point indicator turned off after you used it. So I guess it might be possible with Hall of Mirrors if the front non-cardless Herzl dies and is reformed, but that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. We still do get a fair bit of forge points, thanks to the salvage machine being a cool dude. Unfortunately, salvage machine is about to die, but whatever. We're also going to take a non-trivial amount of damage. Again, it's sort of okay, since it's Fear is Greed, so we get paid for it, but still... Yeah, I will still do this. I don't know that I actually really want to do that. Only 6 damage. You got 19 more health. Yeah, there's that. Okay. So, we're going to extend your burnout, and we're going to pull you up here rather than the salvage machine, because salvage machine dying either way. And this way, at least get rid of the backliner, so this is a lot less threatening to us. Okay, I'll take the 1 more damage, even though I should maybe stop taking the damage. But I do just want the early gold, and I don't care that much about losing HP. Like, not to sound arrogant or snobbish, but I don't know. I think people care way too much about Pyre health in this game and act like the early game is way more difficult than it is. Anyways, we're not taking those. Again, the spider would be kind of interesting. Multi-encasement isn't terrible, but we should be fine. Yeah, it is Pyre Hunter, which is a little bit of a concern. I wonder if one way to distinguish Steel Steward from the Tome would be converting Steel Guard to a numeric status, like the Tome could apply Steel Guard 15, while Steel Steward could have a lower number. Yeah, I'm sure that's been thought of. It's a little weird, because you have to, like... It would be in a situation where playing the Tome multiple times would be bad for you, which would be weird, and you'd have to, like, do something about that, or just accept that players would have a weird situation. The other problem being that if you could stack Steel Guard, it would be too easy to be in a situation where you could end up taking 0 damage from every source. Or if they capped it to 1, you could bring it down to 1 damage per every source. And it ends up being just, like, better Titan skin. Which is not exactly where you want it to be, especially since one of the other tomes is already Titan skin. I mean, really, I think it just needs to be that, like, one of them needs to do something different, or, like, Steel Steward needs to have an additional effect. Like, it's a fine unit. It serves a much better purpose in Soul Savior. And it's overall kind of okay for them to do the same thing. Since, like, the benefit of Steel Steward is that it starts with a bunch of armor, and you get to play it during deployment. And it's a banner unit, so it's generally going to be more common than the Tome is. Like, it's okay. I personally just don't really like it. And again, I do think it's a bit of a shame that the Tome, not power creeps, but, like, you know, steals its identity, I guess. The one unit that, like, super needs to change in the clan is fucking Pyre Steward, which is just a god-awful design. And plenty of tomes have effects that are also innate on units. Kind of. There's actually not that many where that's the case. And more to the point, the issue is that Steel Guard is the only thing that Steel Steward is doing, as opposed to, like, Animus of Speed. Like, yeah, the tome for Awoken is quick, but, like, Animus of Speed does something. Like, it is a unit, it now has an ability that lets it attack in additional time, yada yada. Like, it has a purpose and an identity beyond just being the unit with quick. Anyways, we might go the Merchant of Arms. Getting equipment isn't the worst. Making Steel Polyclaw deployable is sort of appealing. Honestly, the healing is okay, even though I just said that health doesn't matter that much. And honestly, I'm probably fine as is either way. For the Merchant of Magic, though, mostly I'd be looking for, like, a Holdover or Spell Chain on the Wicklash and, like, Permafrost on the Hallowed Drippings. I think we're going here. I might just not buy anything from here, but let's find out. Boiler Room is okay. The Glass Cannon is honestly pretty solid for us. Ooh. I guess maybe not Plenty of Tomes. Quick is, Flight is. Yeah, Flight is, but I don't consider that as much per se, since Flight is only... It is very limited. Like, the only unit with base Flight is Talos, I want to say. And she's doing a whole bunch of other things other than that. And also, like, is a champion, so you're not going to see her as often as a bunch of other things, kind of. And then there's, like, Host Guard, which has Flight, but it's a very different kind of Flight. Since it has a longer cooldown, it does damage, yada yada yada. So it is just different. But yeah. Trample is, but not on an Umbra unit. Yeah, and Trample, though, again, the units that... Well, A, Trample is very rare in general, and B, the units that have Trample are, again, basically doing more things than just having Trample. Except for Demon Fiend, but Demon Fiend's a lame unit. And also Monstrous Penumbra sucks. Like, I don't know. I do see your point, but I feel that it is still different to me with Steel Steward and Steel Guard. Anyways, for these, I think we're skipping them partly because I don't want the Savage Shackles. Mainly because I don't want the Savage Shackles. Though I might end up taking double Ember going forward, just so I have a bunch of extra deployment Ember. But yeah, I think we'll just skip on this. It's not bad, but I just don't know that I can put it to incredible use. I probably could have taken, like, the Rage one and done that with the Whelbling, and that probably would have been pretty solid, but... I don't know. I didn't do it. We will take the Glass Cannon. We will... Sure. We'll deployable that, I guess. Ooh. So the Resin Blades and the Bloodthirsty Blade are both interesting. I don't think I want the Resin Blades. Maybe I do. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the Bloodthirsty Blade, I guess. We'll do this. I would really like more Forge ability. The Salvage Machine is certainly helping, though. Alright, well, I'm not totally convinced by this, but here we are. Problem is, I do actually want you to die. With your attack as high as... Well, this is fine. We'll make it work. That's okay. Titan Skin isn't innate to anything. Evergrowth ability isn't. The specific combo on Tome of Horrors isn't. Stygians is enemy targeted. Wormkins doesn't add a status effect at all. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna give you Burnout, and we're going to make you fragile, but give you a bunch of attack. Yeah, we're probably gonna have a bad draw next turn. We'll see what position I put myself in. Having the glass cannon on you at least is pretty solid. Yeah, but that's okay. Because we can do this. Yeah, so you are actually being killed, so I'll do that to increase your attack regardless. We are going to take some damage this way. Oh, I probably should have done the Smith, actually. Because I would like to get the Forge points up. That's kind of our whole jam right now, is try to forge as much as we can. Mouse? There we go. My mouse wasn't working for a moment, but that's okay. Okay, so we should be able to let you burn out one more time, and in the meantime we'll kill some enemies and we'll gain a bunch of armor. Feel like I'm missing a tome. You didn't mention the Pyreborn one. Okay, and I do recognize I'm taking a bunch of higher damage, and that's kind of fine. Again, it's maybe hubris on my part, but it is okay. Okay, and then I don't forget to use the Forge points, and then I extend your burnout, and we super win this battle. And here we go! Couple more Forge points for the road. Oh, he actually almost dies to the spikes. But it's all good. Everything's fine. Anyways, like, we played some... We did some greedy things, but the point is that it's going to pay off in the long run. Fused weaponry is just, like, it's a cool idea that doesn't work well. Yeah, I'll take Foundry Line. Fucking Juggernaut. I'm not gonna take the Crucible Steward. I'm not gonna take Juggernaut, though it's not bad. It's a lame unit, but it's not a bad unit. What? Greed in this channel? Yeah, what a surprise. I do kind of want to go there. God, are there, like, no dupes? Yeah, they're like... There are 2 dupes. I wanted more than that, but fine. Okay, so, like, I could go Merchant of Trinkets now, which I wouldn't normally do, but I've got so much gold from all the greeting that it feels pretty useful to do that, and then I could still hit the Merchant of Steel here. Alternatively, I go here for the Merchant of Steel, I then do the Merchant of Magic finally, and then I go here for the Merchant of Trinkets. That's probably a better plan. Quick is okay. Smidgestone doesn't matter to us. Yeah, I'll take another glass cannon, I guess. I don't know. What I ideally want is I want more multi-strike. Dualism also okay, but multi-strike is what I want. But quick is also a decent option. I don't think it matters really though. So I think we're just going to not worry about that. Although I should maybe do something with you. I've been avoiding caring about you because I'm trying to focus all of my power onto one weldling, so then when I dupe later, I can just dupe the enhanced one. Unfortunately, I can only dupe twice. That's still pretty good for us. It's just less good than I want it to be. But hey. But, that said, do I care about the other weldling? The answer is probably yes. In which case, I probably just want to give you some attack at least. Could give you the quick, but I don't really want the weak one to attack first. Could give you the burst. Don't really love that, but I'm trying to imagine what else I would do with you. Because I think this is the last time I'm visiting a Merchant of Steel. And on the reroll, I'd see, like, Burnout or HP. And, like, Dualism or Large Stone. I could Large Stone you, I guess. Since I do have the deployable Steel Polyclaw. But that's presupposing that I'm offered that. We'll just give you the burst. It's not the most exciting, but it doesn't cost me that much. Okay, well, it's not what I wanted, but we'll take the dualism. It's fine. Would have rathered have quick at that point, but so be it. Okay, unfortunately I don't have much good ability to forge, but we're doing what we can. Well, I guess I do it this way. I did really want the Steel Polyclaw, but then again, there's the Steel Polyclaw. Okay, you're going there. Let me play you out. You know what? I guess I should do that now. I was gonna wait, but I think that's actually worth doing. Unfortunately, I do get weakened some, but oh well. Well, fuck. Okay, so I can get the collector this way, although it comes at a high cost of not dealing with these guys, which is a problem. Yeah, see, this is why I should have created the first turn, so I could do... I could be smelting 2 scrap metals instead of 1. But, hey, here we are. Mistakes were made. I really need to be able to draw a primitive mold. Unfortunately, with minus draw and with the scourges, that becomes more difficult, but hey. Okay, well, you're going to burn out unless I draw things, but A, we drew things, and B, we were already winning anyways, and we'll get rid of that. So, there we go! Alright, I mean, took a little bit of damage, could have been a lot worse. Again, I am playing fairly greedy, but it's working out okay. Ta-da! Magnetic Relay is good, Machinist Tome is good, a little bit overkill, but I think we take it. It's just, like, hard to turn down because it is solid. The Mortal Entrapment is pretty decent, even though it gives us another Calcified Ember. Also, I still have, like, very bad Forge abilities. Oh, we're doing okay. But sure, I'll take that as a little bit of safety for later. Okay, let's Permafrost that. Kind of also wanted to Permafrost the Mortal Entrapment, but we're not going to. We will double stack it, and then just -2 it. I basically only need to play it once. Yeah, that's good enough. I am going to be visiting another Merchant of Magic. Do I want Spell Chain on something? I think we just want it here. I don't know. Didn't need to spend all that. I did spend it. Here we are. There goes all my gold. Didn't save it for the Merchant of Trinkets like I was considering doing. Maybe a mistake. That's okay. It's maybe wrong for me to be getting rid of the Shield Stewards and all that right now, because I am still kind of using them, but we're just not going to worry about that. Okay, I guess we'll do it like that. Unfortunately, I just don't have quite as much as I would like. Anyways, we're definitely doing this, so you're going to die. We'll get rid of that for the future, even though it's kind of cute to keep around as a smelt target, but we just don't really need that. I'm gonna wait on the Foundry line, and I will let myself take gold, or, well, take damage, and I probably shouldn't. Okay, well, we have a couple problems now. Namely, I'm not getting the Collector, and that's okay. So, let's Forge a little bit. Actually, let's do that first, and then let's Forge. Guess we'll do it like that. Obviously, we want it on the one with multi-strike for the most part, but I do want... Look, I'm gonna let him die, and so I'd like to have the thing on the one that's not going to die. Yeah, I think we don't want to pull up another enemy this turn. I don't think we'll be able to kill them. Okay, so. Yep, this is a problem. We knew this was a possibility. I'm doing alright, Wrath. Again, not a wildly productive day, but so be it. How are you doing? Oh god, we're gonna almost die here. Yeah, that's the problem with me letting that guy burn out when I did. Okay, so. Unfortunately, I can do... I did forget that the dualism affects your burnout for some reason. I really want to do the Foundry line right now, but in doing so... Okay, let's do it. So we want to do these first, and then we want to double check, yeah, your ability's not up. So we do the Foundry line on you. So then I get a ton of Forge points. And all that. You do have a limited burnout, but you are also applying a ton of armor, which is helpful. And also there's a good chance that I get the Whiplashes. Yeah, good bloke, just settling into lurk for a bit while I go to sleep. Fair enough, always glad to have you. And then the Mortal Entrapment does not do us any good, but... I think I actually don't want to pull you up. I think I'm just a little short on the damage required to kill you this turn. Okay. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, we get the kill. There we go. We're killing even better now. I did pay a hefty price to do this, but it's maybe fine. I probably need to heal, though, which is a bit of a problem. I'm just a little too greedy in my choices. I mean, Railgun's kind of cute. Yeah, we have a heal here. Which is probably fine. Could also go here for the heal, but I do kind of want to go the Merchant of Trinkets. I mean, the Railgun would be good if we could move it, but we can't, so we're not going to worry about that. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's go here. It's only for forging equipment, unfortunately. I don't know. I don't know that Flicker's Liquor really matters to us. If it worked in deployment, we'd want it, but it doesn't. And, like, I could sort of use Hef's blueprints, but not very well. Sure, we'll take those, I guess. I do kind of like the smiths, but it is just so much more important that I have the primitive molds when I need them. So, we'll call that good. And after this, we can finally dupe our dude. I probably should have been spreading around some of the power to the other weldling as well. Because, like, anytime I don't have the good weldling, things go real bad real fast. So I'm not totally convinced I actually need to deploy on the Steel Pulley Claw, but once upon a time we thought that it was a good idea. I kind of want to do the Wicklash on you too, but I think we're going to avoid that. Unfortunately, Permafrost on the Hallowed Drippings messes with the Foundry line. I mean, it's fine, and it was also designed for a different world. I don't know. It's okay. Okay, I don't really need the Steel Pulley Claw right now. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much if I'm dazing, like when I'm dazing him, because I'm going to be building up so much armor that we should be pretty good, especially since I also have the Machinist Tome. So like I can just withstand the damage that he's doing, no matter how much damage that actually is, basically. Okay. Kind of wanted to play the Steel Pulley Claw here, but we're not going to. And I should be able to reform the Weldling here. Which we, like, badly need to be able to do. Okay. So we'll just do that. It's only 17 more forge points, but still 17 forge points. Ooh, that is actually not killing all of you. Apparently I need to play that in a different spot, and I didn't realize. Like, I'm not surprised that that's true, I just wasn't paying attention. Okay. That gets us there, though. And I just need to make sure he's not dying when we don't want him to be. Yeah, pretty sure we just want to extend your burnout now and just accept that we're going to miss out on some forge points. Technically, I could try to give burnout to, like, the backline one now. And let him die and reforge him one time, but... yeah, here we are. Okay, let's not risk it. Let's just do that, call it good. Like, we should be fine. Also, we're going to pull up the stronger one so we can kill him this turn. Unfortunately, it does feel bad that we have a bunch of forge points going to waste. Oh well. It just feels like so much that we're giving up on, though. Alright, anyways. They're dead. We survived. It's been a bit clumsy getting here. I mean, I could take the sentry turret. It is sort of ridiculously good in an unfair way. It's not what I wanted to do, but honestly, I'll take it maybe. It does kind of heavily change what I'm doing, though. Do I want to take capacity now? The problem is, like, I'm really fighting for Deployment Ember, but that's sort of okay when my deck is as small as it is. Fine, I'll do this. Like, I do have the Steel Polyclaw, but that becomes a little more difficult now that I have the... Sentry Turret. Anyways, we're going to Enduring Steel 3. Sure, I guess. I don't really need to minus cost other things. And then we're definitely going to dupe you. Didn't get his attack as high as I want, but still pretty good. The minus Ember hurts a little bit, but hey. Okay, so we're gonna do that, even though I recognize things are as they are. Sure, we'll do like that, I guess, and see how it goes. We're not going to be making use of Sentry Turret's ability, unfortunately, but I still wanted to do it this way for reasons. Those reasons mainly being so that I don't have to deal with the Scourge cards. Since the Scourges are pretty bad for me. I was like, why am I getting the kills? But I forgot that he only has one burnout, and so it's triggering the exploding candle, which means that he is doing damage on death, which is what kills the collector here. It barely works out for us. Do I want to play the Steel Polyclaw? Kind of. But I could also just play the Weldling here. I think what we're doing is we're playing you. It's gonna mess me up a little bit, but that's fine. We'll hold on to this one, play that out, and then we do get a Scourge card. Oh well. Okay, I will take one more damage like a chump. So we can do this and then forge you. And then we'll just give you more burnout. And then whatever they survive doesn't really matter. And they're all dead. Well, not all dead. And frankly, it didn't actually even kill all that many. It's a shame that you don't have multi-strike, but that's okay. Alright, now hopefully we get to reform him one more time. It's not actually like that incredible, because I still have pretty poor forge generation, but it's good enough. Okay, well, there we go. It's a bit of a shame that I didn't power up the Weldling, even though I probably want to dupe him again. Could also just dupe the sentry turret like I'd considered, but not sure that that's warranted. Yeah, Herschel's Hammer is good. Skip those. And we did get it to 100 attack, which isn't bad. Alright, we're going here, and we'll figure it out. I don't know that I really need the removals, though, but... the problem is I don't need most things. Yeah, it's a bit late, but we'll take that. Sure. Fine. What I really wanted was... artificial Emberstone, Pyrestone, whatever the thing is that gives +3 deployment Ember. Fight Club is not bad, but not necessary. Sadly, I can't give any upgrades to the turret, but that's okay. Honestly, we're going to get rid of the Burst one, because he's now just the black sheep of the family. How much capacity do I need? I have 7. So currently I'm good on capacity. I might just get rid of the Hallowed Drippings, which feels silly. Don't think I need to, though. Problem is I'm not sure I really care about getting rid of most things here. Alright, I'll get rid of a Smith, even though I kind of like it, but it doesn't matter that much at the moment. We're going to dupe one of these guys, even though it barely matters, but that's okay. Few things in life matter at this point. I could do more. Here we are. All these lovely little creations are mine. Except you. Into the friends with you, my little black sheep of the family. Sal, probably. Oof. So rude and yet so true. Right. Yeah, unfortunately I end up in this dumb situation where I can't play out 3 of these cards, but it overall felt like the right thing to do. Okay, we'll do this nonetheless. And their dude doesn't die, gains a bunch of armor, here we are. Well, I could extend your burnout, but... I mean, it's not the worst thing. Like, what we want to do is we want to put the Herzl's Hammer on the sentry turret. I don't think that matters at the moment, though. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to do this. And we'll let you burn out and just live with that. If it burns out, does the equipment go back to the deck? Nope, it's gone for good. Oh, I spaced out that he died before they were here, which is kind of not what we wanted. Well, that's okay, kind of. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay. Yeah, you have so much armor that I can still play you out and you'd be fine. Let's abduct you. And I guess I'll let you just burn out again. And I'll play you here, you take a tiny bit of damage, who cares? It does steal 1 forge, well, 2 forge points away from me, but that's okay. I forgot that you are also burning out. Which is maybe fine. We're definitely gonna daze you, so you stop giving me garbage. And I guess I do this. Yeah, I don't need to hold on to anything else, so I can actually freely do this. It would be nice to do it when he had one more thing created for us, but it doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, I'm not using the sentry turret's ability super well at the moment, but that's okay. Okay, so this works just fine, because I do this. Then I play you out. Then I abduct you here. And then you can have that. Oh, you are going to escape if I do it this way, though. Well, I can do this slightly differently. Slightly better, if you will. I just didn't realize that it wasn't quite enough. Yeah, I could probably do this slightly differently by just having you in a different position, but we'll go ahead and do it this way anyways. Okay, and then instead of moving our own friend up, we're going to move that guy up. So then we get to fire upon the whole floor. Unfortunately, we don't get the strike trigger because Actually, maybe we do. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure he was silenced, but ultimately not that big a deal either way. Could just let you die, I guess. Sure, we'll go ahead and let you die and reform you in a moment. You know, you are stealing forge points away from us, but that's okay. Do I think that you could kill with 400 armor? Probably. I could have waited to reform you, but that's fine. Who cares? He's also gaining, you know, nearly 300 armor. That's not bad. Okay, well. Ta-da! We're pretty strong now, despite having some clumsy moments earlier. We're doing alright. I mean, I'm not surprised by this in any way, shape, or form, but it is nice that we finally got there. But I was playing very greedily earlier, and now we get to the point where the greed pays off. So, no great surprise that it's doing its thing finally. And we're just not going to greed nearly so hard in the Titan fight. I just wanted to get as much forging done as I could. But for the Titans, we're basically just going to ruin them. More or less. It will take a little bit of damage, but that's just life. If we'd gotten a little luckier on our artifacts, that would have been nice, but so be it. Okay, so you're the strong one. So you go there, even though frankly I could just abandon Herzl at this point. But I don't really need to. I also don't super need the salvage machine either. Okay, we'll just play those guys out. Should play them in reverse order. Not a big deal. Polyclaw and Sentry Turret, usually one of the funnest and yet one of the most overpowered combos. I mean, I'm not totally sure I'd call it overpowered, but it is good at its job and it is fun. I do think Sentry Turret on the whole is overpowered since, like, we went from being a deck that had some problems with wave clear to having literally zero problems with wave clear because Sentry Turret is just too good. Well, you get a glass cannon. I guess we do that. Hey, doing Constant Tom? Good to see you. Okay. Got the Mortal Entrapment in not quite the right moment, but that's okay. Unfortunately, I have to do this now, otherwise you die. Doing fine, thanks. Hope you too. I'm doing okay. Didn't really accomplish a ton today, but I did get further in the Seance of Blake Manor, which has been a lot of fun. Definitely a game right up my alley. Even if I'm, like, not normally heavily into, like, supernatural mysteries, the game is really cool so far. Well, eventually we'll draw the other cards that I want. I really want the Herzl's Hammer, and I want the Steel Polyclaw. Didn't catch the name of the game. It's called The Seance of Blake Manor. Okay, well, let's just forge that, I guess. Well... yeah, that's fine. I kind of wanted to save it to forge on the guy with multi-strike, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna murder real good. Googled it, thanks. You are welcome, friend. Yeah, we're not going to play out the Pyrolite, but I shouldn't really need it since we're multiple turns ahead, kind of, thanks to the pressurized boiler. I mean, not that I really need the Weldling either, but I want him on the team. I should get back to the Seance. I got to day 2 and got distracted by other games. I know that feeling very well. But I'm having a real good time with it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and kill Entropy, and Savagery is basically dead. I have an absurd amount of armor, especially because I can only lose 15 at a time. Also, I'm generating a ton. Unfortunately, I can't steal Polyclaw Savagery. At least he's still dazed for 1 turn. So he doesn't hurt me here. And then he ascends, he immediately gets shot. And then, just for our own enjoyment, we'll pull him up. And then we do the Pyrolite for the kill. Ta-da! Okay, there was a lot of greeting, but that's fine. Worked out just fine. It was a little bad going into the later rings because I didn't have great wave clear, but the sentry turret just cleaned that up. And had I played a little differently, I could have done better in that regard anyways. But there we go. How thrilling. So now, only 1 more Herzl crown, 1 Hef crown. And we're making progress. Okay, that's not what I meant to click. Alright, have a nice night, Fury. I forgot that I still have 2 unmastered cards in Wormkin. And, like, at least one of them isn't even a bad card. Like, I don't think Power of Knowledge is that impressive. It's okay. It can do decent damage. It's just... if it had a base damage, that would be helpful. But even then, I just don't super care about a 2-cost single target spell. I mean, it's okay. The way that I play, it's not solving the problems that I needed to solve. Force Contamination, on the other hand, melee weakness is good. Obviously, this is a lot less good now that it is melee weakness 2 instead of 3. But double stack is more easily doable in this game, so it kind of evens out. But still, I preferred when double stack was more of a cost, but it got to melee weakness 6, because that felt like a big, like, it felt like a worthwhile trade-off, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, what are we looking at? So I think we're to the point where we have 1 crown at most per champion now. Yeah. And we fully finished off Luna because people wanted to see Luna. So if I were being responsible, I should do either Remnant or Awoken, because those are, I think, the only 2... no, there's Lazarus as well. So those are the 3 that have 2 crowns left to go. I don't want to do Remnant because we just played Remnant. You're not connected to game programming in any way, shape, or form, right? Just thinking whether to tell a small story. But it would too much explain for too little fun if you're not. Yeah, I'm not. I know people who do programming, game and otherwise, but I personally do not. Okay, let's do Sentient Wormkin, I guess. I'm sad that with the loss of infusions, you can no longer put Edgeprior infusion into Bog Chrysalis. Oh, alas. Not that that was ever, like, a great play, but I liked that it was an option. I still really wish that Awoken Hollow just, like, buffed itself as well as doing the cultivating. Because, like, it's really annoying right now that it's hard to use. Well, it's hard to use it in a number of ways. It's hard to use multiple of them at the same time. And it's hard to use it as a reliable buff source because pretty quickly you get to a point where the unit you're trying to buff evens out on HP with the Awoken Hollow, and then your buffing slows down dramatically. Well, that's fine. I already spammed all my friends who do programming with that. Fair enough. Alright, well, we got Pyre of Dominion, which is honestly not great for me, because I kind of wanted the restores. But fine. Edgeprior is a disappointing unit. I just wish that it had, like, its Monster Train 1 infusion, where it also healed the whole floor at end of turn. It still wouldn't be, like, amazing, but it would have a better role. Like, there's just not that many healing and regen spells. And mostly, I don't mind them costing what they cost. Also, in this... In the update... In the Lost Arsenal update, they even lost their 3-cost heal because it turned into Awakening Thicket. Anyways, Awakening Thicket, not bad. Restoring Retreat is good, and I think is what we lean towards. Pretty confident we want that. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Force Contamination is a hard sell when I have no infused cards. We'll take the Revenge of the Damned. Soul Crypt was okay, but again, I have, like, terrible charge generation at this point. I mean, Shattered Shell is a bit boring. It is good into Savagery, kind of. Animus of Will would be good if I pair it with, like, Keeper of Echoes. Could also do other things with it, like Cultivating. I think we'd probably take the Shattered Shell, even though I don't really want to do it. God, the poor Bogflies. I was like, well, I can, like, overstack a floor with Bogflies, but at the moment, I have basically no way to generate charges for them. Like, I have the Revenge of the Damned, but that's somewhat unreliable. I guess I can do it with the Shattered Shell, kind of. Alright, you know what? Let's not take the Shattered Shell. Oh, and there's the Keeper of Echoes. Great. Sounds good. Sounds lovely. We're not taking Volatile Gauge, even though it's not bad. It's just really not what we want. I mean, the problem is I don't really give a shit about Bristling, but we'll take Bristling. Anyways, we have a strong deck for the most part already. We have some issues, but mostly we're pretty okay. Okay. Well, I'd love to do the Restoring Retreat, but I don't think I want to do that yet. Because I do want to kill these guys. Bristling seems like you need a card that can apply more spikes, heal, and replicate itself. I mean, if we see... God, why am I blanking on the name? Spreading Spores. If we see Spreading Spores with... while it is infused, I will take it. Probably, at least. Yeah, that poor Animus of Will ain't looking so hot. I forgot that you have way less attack by being on that floor because they don't have all the charges. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Enjoy being there. Who cares? I will take it. Probably. I feel like it's going to join the Capricious Reflection my Malika Pyre friend group. I mean, on the whole, I'm pretty okay to have it, but... Well, I kind of need to do this to kill these things, so here we are. Unfortunately, this Animus sucks. But we still get decent damage on him. Yep, unsurprisingly, we're okay. Also, I should have moved you down, but it doesn't really matter. None of this matters. And there we go! Yeah, I'll take Engraft. Basically because it's infused. I'll take an Echo Transfer. How kind of you to spoil me. I do want to go the Merchant of Magic for reasons, but we have a Merchant of Magic upcoming. Let's go here. Large Stone is not what I want. I don't need a third keeper, especially one who's not infused. So I could give Multi-Strike to the Keeper, or I could give that to the Animus, and I think that's probably what we're doing. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I don't know. Here we are. I was kind of hoping for Smidgestone, but that's not absolutely necessary. Just would have been helpful. Okay, we're gonna try setting up like this, I guess. Well, that's kind of exactly what I wanted. Ish. Yeah, the problem is I'm not actually killing you yet. And that's kind of an issue. Yeah, except without him I do a lot less damage, and that's a problem. Yeah, you still died. Don't know why I bothered with that when I could already see that you were going to die. But fine. It's okay. But yeah, we know we get some other help here. And that's all we need, really. Alright, it's fine! It's a little clumsy at the moment, but we're far from any position of peril. I'm not gonna take the Pyre Shards. I will maybe take the Bounding Echoes. Fine, sure. Especially because it's already infused itself, I guess. Of course, we're far from perils. We're not Umbra. I thought somebody might make that joke. I don't think I really need the Eternal Stone. Yeah, Intrinsic on the Restoring Retreat we want. I would love to do the Holdover, kind of. Sure, we'll do that. Would love to afford other things, but we're doing this anyways. Had I known. Fine, sure. Why not? Alright, now the spike's kind of a problem, but we should be in a lot better state now than we were. Okay, I'll play you, you're probably gonna die, so be it, that's fine. Okay, yeah, now we got the other Restoring Retreat, though, actually, I think we're still gonna let you die, because I think what we'd prefer to do is get the other Keeper. I think that's just too good for us. Fortunately, I can't play either Revenge of the Damned. I mean, I could have blocked with the Bogfly, but I think this is fine. It's going to be so long before I can get back to the Restoring Retreat that I think this is just better for us. Okay, now some things are infused. Alright, we are a lot stronger than we were. I should probably move the Bogfly to the back, so he's actually hitting Fleshweaver, although I do less damage this way. Well, that's fine. Before I pass out, have you made a plan on when to play what game? Not really yet, but I will probably be playing Monster Train tomorrow, unless there are other strong opinions. Alright, so we move you, we fly you, and then we murder you. And look at all those beautiful stats! Delicious. Delicious stats. Alright, and now even Sentient survives. And then we just kind of murder him. Turns out, a lot of attacks with a lot of free scaling. That was a lot of work. So, like, Eternal Kinstone is great for us. A strong opinion, play what you want to. That's fair. Oh. Maybe someday I'll upload my VODs. I keep telling myself to do it, and then I don't. I also have other things that I want to do. here we are. I'm doing alright, Moonjin. How you doing, friend? So, the problem is that both of these are pretty solid for us. Eternal Kinstone is very good in that it's a way for me to be generating multiple charges on a single card, and when we're using keepers, turns out that's very strong. Technically I can also do that with the Revenge of the Damned, but I need things to be able to kill with the Revenge of the Damned. Promised Land of variety streams. I mean, so I do like streaming a variety of games. Part of the issue, though, is that, like, not that I do this purely for viewership, but, like, I do get tremendously less viewership when I'm playing things that aren't Monster Train or even a deck builder. Somehow, chords on my desk got real messed up. I see what happened here. There we go. But anyway, so, like, you know, there are games that I would like to stream, but the viewership is dramatically worse, and that does make it a tougher sell. Nonetheless, we will stream other games at some point. I think maybe we're taking the Rail Spike. Sure. And now we have decisions. I really do want everything. More energy is fairly appealing, though I'd really need to hit like Smidgestone or Abandon Sentient. Yeah, I'm just trolling about the fact that you said you do a roguelike showcase stream. It was 3 months ago, I think. To be fair, I didn't say I would do a roguelike showcase stream. What I said is that I would like to play some other deck builders. I didn't say I was going to do that in a single stream. But, yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware that we ended up not doing that. I think we are taking Ember for now. Deployment Ember is just very useful. Yeah, we definitely want to go here. More multi-strike would be great, as would be Smidgestone. No. I mean, the quick is not bad, and I probably should just take it. But, no. Okay, there's the Smidgestone. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so this all more or less worked out the way that was desired. I'm doing fine. Going through the mind-numbing process of farming things for my club slash clan slash guild, whatever you want to call it. I was lazy earlier this month, and if I don't want to be in trouble to reach quota, I need to start to catch up. Oof. Well, I hope I can at least keep you some company. Okay. So, let's set up on mid-floor, even though the guy is going to get some amount of Titan Skin. Shouldn't matter too much, though. And also, we drew both of the Restoring Retreats on the same turn, so it was fine. And yes, I am shooting my own unit because it is better doing that than doing other things. Okay, so let's play those there. And then we can fly them down here. I don't really want to draw into the Vengeful Shard, so we'll just play this and wait. I generally use club to mean meat space and guild slash clan to mean cyberspace for groups of like-minded people. I'm gonna tell you right now, Glacier, I really don't like they use the term meat space for in real life. Oh, something about that just does not land well for me. Well, sadly can't get the first of kin on the floor, but that's fine. It's not like I have many consume cards to empower the first of kin anyways. Oh, we have a lot of power. Noted. I mean, it's fine if you want to do it. I just don't like the term meat space. I'm not actually offended or anything. I almost forgot to actually play the Vengeful Shards, because I'm like, they're free! We don't have to worry about them. I do still have to actually play them, though. Yeah, it turns out Keeper of Echoes real good. Like, it was already good unit in Monster Train 1, but now with deployment phase and also easier ways to get more of them on the floor, i.e. the changes to capacity and access to Smidge Stone, turns out pretty good. Another Engraft is okay, but I really would prefer it to be infused. So, Return Soul's not bad. We're probably taking the Ambient Charge. I mean, technically in the game I'm playing, it's called Club. It's just that they all mean the same in gaming space, even if effectively Club is more used for the meat space. Yeah, no, I mean, it's all fair. Forgotten Trade is also rather good, even with the Ember Drain. I don't know, I kind of like the Ambient Charge, though, but we'll take Forgotten Trade. That's fine. Okay, give me something good to eat. Yep, don't hate that. It's a little greedy. And by a little greedy, I mean it's kind of a lot greedy, because I probably should be giving you some HP. But well, we're going to full greed it. These don't fucking matter to me. The Trader's Quill technically does, but it just doesn't. Yeah, it's a little unnecessary, but I'll take the Boiler Room. And I will do the Large Stone on you. And then I don't really have things to remove other than, I guess, the First of Kin. What I really want is Merchants of Magic, for the most part, and dupes. Those are the things that I want. I already spaced out on what enemies we're fighting. I probably shouldn't be on bottom floor, but we're going to be on bottom floor. Oh, yeah, I did forget that's you guys already. Alright. Well, I'm getting Ember Drain, but that's fine. And we get just a lot of extra stats. Turns out, Forgotten Trade is real good. Saw someone the other day trying to argue that it's awful. They are wrong. Yeah, should have done this differently. For some reason, I thought I didn't have enough Ember for that. Don't know what to tell you. Okay. Oh, whoops. Wrong ordering. Because I should have played the Bogfly first. Oh well, that's fine. Who cares? Engraft, not the worst thing to draw there. But, I should technically have waited to use it when I had more than one Ember, but it doesn't matter. We're doing just fine. And yes, I am technically sapping my dudes, but like, it just doesn't seem to matter when I'm generating so many stats. Poor Quoto, he's gonna have a bad time. Okay, look at us go. Well, he almost made it past one round of combat, kind of. No, I don't need those. Like, the invigorating solution's okay, but we just don't need it. Return Soul's good, but my deck is so small that I don't really want it. Soul Crushing Guilt is good, but I don't think it's necessary. There are some good things they can do with the Merchant of Trinkets, but like, we really badly want this. The Permafrost on the small gift box is interesting. Namely, in that I could use it so that I could wait till more of my non-infused cards are in hand when I play out the Bounding Echoes. I think that's not a huge concern, but I also have a lot of gold to spend, so I don't have to be too picky. Could also do it on the Restoring Retreat so that when I draw it on subsequent cycles, I don't have to play it out. Quoto feels less of a boss and more of a checkmark, such as, have you met your Quoto today? If not, do so before you clock out. Oh, man. I don't know that this really matters. I guess I'll do this. It barely matters to me. Okay. These are not the upgrades I was hoping for, mind you. Oh, whoops, I meant to put the magic power on that one. Well. Oh no, you're rare. Mistakes were made, that's fine. I also don't really need the removals. I could do it on the Bogflies, which I've considered. The Bogflies are doing fine for us right now, but in the grand scheme of things, I might want to remove them and swap them with, like, another real unit. Yeah, okay. They're doing good work for us currently. We're still gonna remove them, I guess. I don't know. Don't have a great plan. So be it. Unfortunately, I really didn't see what I was hoping to see at the Merchant of Magic. It's not, like, a big deal, but it was a little bit of a setback. Not sure what upgrade I want to take here either. Okay, let's move you. Unfortunately, can't move you yet, kind of. Yeah, I figured we'd probably hit the Restoring Retreat. So now we can do that. And now I get the Ember back from the Boiler Room, so I can still play this out. I did kill a number of the enemies before they got to attack, so It's not the most impressive right now, but it's still good. It's still free charges, basically. And, like, a not small number of them. You know what? Sure. We'll be kind to Quoto and heal him for 20, and then, you know, in exchange, hit him for 1,500. Truly, we are the generous sort, after all. Alright, well, he's dead. Ta-da! Okay. Not sure what we want to take next. I don't need the Shard Channeler, though it's kind of cute. I think maybe we're taking energy. Yeah, we'll do that. Although I need things that I don't have. That or draw. So draw is good for me, but we're kind of hoping that it's going to work out in a way where I won't need that. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping that I would get... Okay, I could do this slightly differently. Okay, so you get remove consume now. Unfortunately, I can't also do holdover on you, but that's okay. Yeah, there's the holdover. Fine, I'll do that there. It doesn't, like, super matter. Okay, and I have decisions to make, and I will decide what those decisions look like in a mere moment. So we've got 8 deployment Ember. So one of the options is we just dupe the keepers twice. Specifically, we dupe the small ones, so then we can fit 3 small keepers on bottom floor. It's not exactly what I would like to do. But it does give me just buckets of stats. Kind of want to be duping another Animus, but it's a little harder with the large stone one. If I hit Smidge Stone, I could then cancel that out, though, and that would be nice. What I was hoping to do is I was kind of hoping that it was going to be a Merchant of Arms that I could go to. So then I could put deployable on the boiler room. Not that big a deal, though. Anyways, I think just what we're doing is we're going to dupe... I think we're going to dupe the Engraft. Part of the issue as well is that without Spell Chain or duping the Restoring Retreat, I won't be able to move multiple Animuses down to the bottom floor. Or I won't be able to move all 3, even if I dupe one and get Smidge Stone, all that. Either way, that's fine. We'll just do this. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Well, the Market of Invasion is not great for us, but we'll make it work. I think weirdly we're probably just putting you up there. It was really not what I'd intended. And yes, I should have played her first. I didn't. These things happen. Okay, well, we now have what we in the biz would call a whole lot of stats. And, you know, you're taken care of already. Unfortunately, the one that is infused is the permafrost one, not the other one. Okay, this is gonna look silly, but we're actually just gonna shoot our own dudes. Actually, that was worse. No, this is still better, sort of. Like, I lose HP, but I do generate more charges this way, because I generate 3 charges for playing it, and then I still get the charges from them attacking in afterwards. It's not totally tenable for me, but it's honestly not that bad either. I'm not going to do it all that much, but I could. Could if I wanted to. Alright, and now we're back up to 9 draw. This is partly why we didn't take the draw, because with the multiple ingraps and with the Awoken Rail Spike, I already have just plenty of draw as is. Turns out Awoken Rail Spike still good, even post-nerf. Yeah, I will say the ideal artifact for us would be Carving Koriska. It'd be real good for us. Like, absolutely incredible. And no, I don't need to play all these out, but it feels wrong not to, so here we are. Alright, we'll just draw 12 cards, although we can't because it gets capped at 10. But again, we're just basically drawing our entire deck multiple times each turn. It's a shame it's not all infused, but you know, it's close enough. If I were drawing less cards a turn, I would be pickier on... I would be leaving some of these in hand so that I wouldn't draw them on the Awoken Rail Spike. But as is, I just already hit max hand size, so here we are. We did actually do a fair bit of damage to our own dude. But it doesn't matter. We have so many stats. I will note that the bog crystal, or the bog flies, or even the Wormkin Miner upgrade would be giving us a ton of power right now. But it doesn't really matter. I still really wish that they would change that upgrade. I really dislike its current implementation. No one cares about these. Echoes of the Past is cute. I'm not gonna bother taking it though. I probably should have, but I didn't. But here we are. I was hoping for Pyrestone housing, not that one. Manifold Mirror's cute, but doesn't really matter. Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, again, sadly, no Pyrestone housing, but that's fine. Ah, and I was really hoping for Smidgestone. But okay. Well, we're still gonna dupe you, I guess. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Unfortunately, I probably have to abandon you, but oh well. Yeah, you don't quite die on turn 1, which is nice. So I draw 10. I'm kind of tempted to not play out the Vengeful Shard so I can get them infused, maybe, but we'll still do this. Okay, I was hoping to get back both Restoring Retreats. Oh, whoops, I was supposed to do that first. Okay. Oh, I totally spaced out that I bought Echo Seedling. I actually didn't really want to do that because I didn't want to make so many steel enhancers. I just totally spaced out. I mean, it's cute, but it's not really what I meant to do. And it does kind of cause issues. Well, so be it. I kind of fucked it. It's okay. We'll make it work. Anyways, we have good stats on turn 1. Not what I meant to do, but here we are. I do wish that I hadn't taken the Echo Seedling. I just wasn't paying attention in the slightest. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. I was supposed to put you down here first. Alright, we are still taking a chunk of damage since they need to get rid of the melee weakness, but that's okay. We then, in return, do a lot of damage of our own, especially now that all of the Animuses are here to cooperate. Oh look, it's a Restoring Retreat. How kind of you, sir. I didn't really want 1,000 steel enhancers, but that's what we got. Well, here's the kill. Easy. Wormkin is and always will be best kin. I just really enjoy Wormkin. They're a great clan. They got cool visual design. They got cool mechanics. They're versatile and they're powerful. So it's been forever since we've taken damage. I don't even know when we last took damage. It certainly hasn't been for a while. We take damage on this fight, though, just because the Titans are lame. But, you know, here we are. Okay. Sadly, nothing to kill on turn 1 with the Revenge of the Damned. Okay, let's move you first. Okay, I need to make some space in hand. Even though it means that you're going to be missing out on some of the stuff. Suppose if I didn't want 1,000 Steel Enhancers, I could have just played that while my hand was full. I think this is still reasonably okay for us. It's just, it's whatever. Anyways, here we are. We get Ember Drain. Who cares? We generate a bunch of extra Ember mid-turn, so it does not bother us over much. Alright. Exciting stuff. Shoot, Curse of Entropy. Okay. Okay, so I did get back both Restoring Retreats, which is what I was hoping for. So we move you down, and we move you down, and so now he doesn't get to bully our floor, or more specifically, our pyre. And now the other Animus can finally participate in the team bonding experience. And Savagery's already down. Entropy is, you know, on his way. Yeah, I was quite pleased to get the remove consume on the rail spike, gotta say. I should actually probably be doing that on the second one, since the front one is using some of its power to kill enemies that no one cares about. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're taking down Entropy right here. We're very strong. Who cares? Look at us go. Already on the third turn, we have dudes who are at like 400, yada yada. Like, we're doing okay. Everything's fine. It is well and truly just waiting for Dominion to die, as is so often the case. I mean, like, Sentient might die in a moment, but it's okay. I could be doing the Steel Enhancers on Sentient if I really wanted to give her some extra HP. But we're also just generating a ton of stats. I suppose I could be doing the Revenge of the Damned up on you. Just maybe worth doing. If I had any way to apply Reap, it would be useful. Like, if I had Serrated Mandibles, it would be vaguely okay. Okay, well, I am making Sentient take more damage, but I didn't want to miss out on playing my things. Sadly, you do actually get to escape my grasp for one turn. Okay, I didn't quite make Sentient die, but I very clearly kind of ruined her day. Okay. We're trying. We're trying to keep her alive. We got there just barely. Anyways, I could have moved Savagery down to bottom floor. But who cares? And I would have had to let Ascension die for it. I mean, she's gonna die soon anyways. Just because she has an ever-building amount of corruption. Even if I hadn't also forced her to take just a ton of extra damage. Nope, still died. We tried. I mean, she survives a good long while, but eventually did die. So sad. God, all my other dudes have so much life now, though. I mean, I don't have the Forgotten Trade anymore, which is a little sad, but I think we're okay. Given that I've already killed the Titans effectively, and also my dudes have, you know, 900 attack, about 500 HP. We're doing okay. Okay, well, I have to wait one more turn for Dominion to die. Alright, you son of a bitch. Whatever. We'll play these out just for the sake of it, even though it's a lot less impressive when our dudes are silenced. Yeah, if I had drawn the Revenge of the Damned one more time, or the other one, I could have killed him there. But we didn't. And again, what does it really matter? There we go. Exciting stuff. Well, that was pretty easy. Pretty fun run. A lot of things lined up the way that we wanted them to. And Animus of Will is, of course, a very good target for buffs, which made it a great pair for the keepers and all that jazz. And there we go. Alright. I know I could have just looked at the logbook right then and there, but I didn't. So, what are we doing next? Should maybe do Lazarus. Again, I should probably just do the remaining ones that have multiple crowns to go. So I should probably do Lazarus. I should probably do Remnant. And then we should probably do one of the Echo Right crowns. I definitely have not kept track of how many of these final ones are Railforge or Wurmkin. I've mostly just been trying to bounce back and forth between Railforge and Wurmkin to keep it even. We've done so much with these two clans since we've just been doing their crowns nonstop. It will feel good to finally be doing like random again and actually be doing other clan combos. I do like these two new clans. I was surprised at how much I liked Railforged, really. Again, they've got some annoying quirks, like I think Higher Steward is awful and Juggernaut is a bad design and yada yada yada. But on the whole, they're a very fun clan. I do wish Herzl was different, I guess. Like his paths are functional, but he's definitely not my favorite champion by any means. I think Hef is a lot of fun though. I think the stats on Weaponsmith could probably go down a little bit. But I like all three of her paths, more or less. Like, Handy and Metalworker are both more fiddly, but I appreciate that. I like things that are strong when you build into them and you play around them and you find ways to make their synergies matter, rather than something that is just very strong right off the bat, no matter what you do. Which is sort of how Weaponsmith feels. But anyways, I still didn't actually select a clan combo. I think we're doing Orechi Railforged. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Do I want the salvage? Maybe. Forging is pretty decent for... I mean, it's just good in general, but it's maybe more decent for Lazarus. It's definitely a lot more pertinent when you have Grail's starter. I mean, we all know that when I hem and haw over the starter like this, it's just going to be Pyre of Dominion again anyways. Yeah, I'll take the Smith, I guess, instead of Salvage. Especially since with Orechi, we might want to do Incanting, and the Smith works better than the Salvage for Incanting, kind of. Excuse me. Well, Meat Hook into Dominion is not bad. Also, Forevermore Serum with Life Mother's Pyre is quite powerful. I don't care about Life Insurer basically at all. I will take Pyre Tap. It's not Pyre of Dominion. How surprising. Only Dominion Seraph. Yep. I did want Reanimator, just because Reanimator, like, Reanimator's generally his best path, just flat out. Though, like, all of them are good. Yes, I agree that Brewmaster is a bit boring, but it is still a good path. There's some people who try to tell you it's not. They're wrong. It is good. But, anyways, like, Mad Scientist is good. Reanimator's generally his best path, and especially when we have the starting Forevermore Serum with the ability to dupe them on command, like, that's really good. But we'll take Mad Scientist. Here we go. Actually, maybe should have you guys on a lower floor, but I didn't, and that's fine. It gives me time to bulk up. Yeah, I'll just take the red infusion here. And I'll just avoid the damage for the moment. Yeah, here's the problem. Okay. Thank you for cooperating. Because I really wanted my collector. It does make us a little weaker right here and now, since then there's less enemies for him to apply the unstable to, but it also doesn't really matter. I forgot that I had the stupid spike drivers. Yeah, it still doesn't actually kill you. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. It's most of his health. It's annoying that that guy survives at 1 HP. It's not a big deal, but I tried to prevent it, and here we are. Also, I don't know why I didn't daze him. I definitely meant to daze him, and then I didn't. But here we are. Well, here we are. Everything's fine. And for good measure, we daze him, and here we are. Spike Driver, the strongest unit to ever unit. There's at least one person I know who loves the Spike Drivers, and I think they have like an okay, cool design, but in practice, they're very underwhelming to use. I do not like them. Not a fan. I think there are okay things they can do, but generally, you're still just better off using a different unit. Pseudosciences, whatever. Overworked Assistant is good. We probably want Overworked Assistant. Yeah, I'll take that. Hammerfall's okay, but no. Okay, we're going here for now. I'm not the biggest fan of burst in general, even if it's not bad and there is ways to make it good. I feel similarly. I think there's some cards that use burst better than others. Like, I really dislike the burst, like, steel shop upgrade. But, like, as examples of good uses of burst, I think that full throttle is a pretty good use of it. Like, I think that's a pretty fun design. It's not, like, my favorite, but it's a pretty good card and works out pretty decently. I think Railgun is a cool design. I think Knuckler Steward is a cool design, which admittedly is most of the places where burst is used. But in exchange, I don't particularly like Geared Gauntlet. I hate the Spike Drivers. I think that Spike Driver Factory is god-awful. Whoops. That's not what I was trying to do. Not that I need to bring these up on screen, but I always enjoy doing that while I'm talking about that. But anyway, Spike Driver Factory is god-awful. Really want them to change it. Don't know if we're ever going to get that. I don't particularly like Blacksmith Herzl. Again, it's not like a bad path per se, but I find it really underwhelming. Not underwhelming. Unsatisfying is a better word. I find it unsatisfying that he's so front-loaded. And, like, yes, you can equip him to refresh the burst, but if there were more ways in Clan to generate, like, temporary equipment, like, currently it's basically just Armory Drive or whatever it's called. Armament Drive, I think is the name. And then, obviously, like, Hef has the ability to do it, but you can't have Hef and Herzl at the same time, so there's one card in Clan. And it is already a consume card. Not to mention its other restrictions. But anyways, there's only like one card in Clan that can create equipment that you could use to repeatedly refresh his ability. Anyways, point is, I just dislike how front-loaded it is. Like, he does his 6 attacks and generates a bunch of forwards for you, and then that's it. That's basically what he does for you for the battle. Which is fine, it's just not wildly exciting. But anyways, now we have choices. I would like to do remove consume on this. We can't afford remove consume if we re-roll. Honestly, it's pretty okay for us to just dupe it as is, or for us to, like, minus cost it and then dupe it. So just considering that we do the reroll here, we pick up the -1, we slap that on, and then we start duping that several times. Like, that's pretty good. I don't necessarily need the remove consume. I just need to be able to apply a bunch of reanimate. But we'll leave that for now. And we'll skip those, even though they're fine. They're just not what we need. Okay, we're gonna set up like this and play you there and you there. I'm gonna take the damage because I really want to get a new infusion started. Okay, so enjoy your reanimate, my friend. I'm gonna do that even though... Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I think you're just dying. Who cares? Whatever. Okay, so you should die right there. And that'll be fine. And then we're gonna work on generating more reanimate. Since that is sort of kind of the most important thing for us. Kind of want to do the Smiths, but I think maybe that's okay. Yeah, would have loved to do this slightly differently, but here we are. I don't know if I need to burn HP for the Smiths. The problem is, like, I'm not very strong into Elbor. I would go so far as to call myself pretty weak, actually. Okay, fine. We'll do this. I don't love it. Here we are. At least I get to kill his backliner. That's something. Yeah, I don't know if that's enough. By that I mean it doesn't look a lot like it's enough. I mean, I should survive, but it's not great. But I knew he was going to be kind of my worst matchup. And it's not quite as bad as it looks, because he does have the unstable. So he dies one turn earlier than he otherwise would. Still not great. Took a lot of damage at the end there. Explosive reaction, I will take. Boilerplate does not matter. None of that matters. Mass production's fine, but go in here. Yeah, I do also like dualism on the meat hook, but this is pretty helpful for me. And then we're going to reanimate, and so you start with a chunk, and then it's not perfect, but we're going to do this twice, just so I have better stuff. I also probably should have given him the multi-strike, but I didn't. Like, in the grand scheme of things, hopefully the multi-strike doesn't matter. But, at the moment, it kind of matters. Well, would you look at that? We'll just go ahead and give you 6 more reanimate. Probably already did that clan combo, but if you ever get Herzl with Under Legion, when you start to do random again, I would want to see a game based around Truffles and its Blacksmith Path. Yeah. Believe we already did that clan combo completely. Yeah, because the only Under Legion one we have remaining is Lion's Mane Wormkin. Yeah, and then Lazarus and Wormkin. But yeah, it could be cute to do Truffles with Blacksmith. I think we did Truffles with Artificer Heft. Weaponsmith Heft, that is. Which is a similar idea, not quite the same. But don't remember for sure. Okay. I don't have a ton of HP, but here we are. Is there a reason I'm not just playing you on bottom floor? That's a great question. I think the answer is no. Kind of. Basically, the reason would be that it would let me bulk up a little bit better to do differently, but here we are. Okay, well, we already have you, which is the main thing we wanted. Okay, you'll just go ahead and block, who cares? Well, we don't need the regen, so here we go. Yes, we do less damage this way because he's not attacking to the overworked assistant, but that's okay. It gives us sort of more time to build up more unstable on him. I do want to do the Forevermore Serum, but I don't want to burn HP to the Pyre Tap at the moment. Like, we should be good already. More or less. Like, he's got 7 reanimate on him, and he does about 100 per thing now. And so that's already enough to just kill him. So we'll just do that. I really need to get rid of the, like, the Spear Stewards and the Spike Drivers, just because I need to be incanting. Like, that's what I need to be doing. I need to be incanting, I need to draw into my overworked assistant as quick as we can. Nope, not taking the Brain Transfer. Electricity Chamber is cute, but doesn't really matter. Like, I could do it if we want to just gain more spikes on our dude constantly. I think realistically that just kind of pales in comparison to how much damage he's doing with the unstable. It's cute, I just also don't think it matters. Well, maybe we do it anyways? I don't know. I'm not gonna bother about it. Nope. I do like Salvage Machine, but not enough right here. I'm gonna take the Ember. I think the draw is pretty good for us, but I haven't been minus costing my spells. And while, yes, I can just burn HP with the Pyre Tap, I'd like to avoid that to some degree. Spell Chain is good. I think what we want to do is reroll, though. The -2 is also fairly appealing. Yeah, it's not exactly what I wanted. Okay, well, let's remove some stuff then. Boiler room. I guess I'll take. I don't know that it's necessary, but it's not super difficult for me to take. Also, I'm glad that I didn't build around the expectation that we'd see Reanimator, because we certainly didn't see Reanimator. I do really want Draw, is the main thing that I want. And I didn't take Draw. Anyways, here we are. We're not quite killing you. I should maybe do this because we probably burn less HP this way. Yeah, that's not really how we wanted to draw. I did consider setting up on not bottom floor for this exact reason. I really wanted to kill these Scourge dudes, though, because they're pretty bad for me if they get doing their thing. Well, fuck me. Alright, well, we'll do that so you at least get the kill there. Yeah, this is why we should be removing more cards, because, like, not drawing the Overworked Assistant in a reasonable time frame is pretty bad. I mean, sort of manageable, but it's pretty bad. In exchange, at least he still has a bunch of Reanimate, but on the other hand, if I'd drawn him earlier, we would just be doing fine on that regardless, because we would have dumped all the Reanimate from Orechi on him. So I was debating playing out the infusion here and trying to fish for a blue infusion. No, you already have unstable. You're not going to die either way. Never mind. I was thinking for some reason that it would cause them to die without hitting my pyre. Not at all true. I will do this, I guess. Rather than try to... build up an infusion, we're just going to go for as much as we can there. Okay, we should be okay in a moment. There we go. Alright. Well, the boiler room is making the pyre tap kind of irrelevant. I do wish that I had taken draw, but I didn't. Horrify is good, but maybe not necessary. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. Trap shoot's cute. I'll do it, even though it's sort of overkill. And by sort of, I mean, it is overkill. I don't think there's anything I, like, super want at the Merchant of Trinkets. So let's go here. At the very least, get the... Yeah, sure. Enjoy your dualism. It's a little unnecessary, but it's ours. Don't think I actually really want to do a random equipment. We'll just leave. Our units are already kind of filling their duties. So, we're going to get rid of you and you. Because it is rather important that I draw what I need to draw when I need to draw it. Okay. We are going to dupe him just because it is so important that we draw one of them early on. I mean, I don't need to start on bottom floor like I did necessarily, but still. I'm a little worried about setting up on not bottom floor versus this boss. It's probably fine. Alternatively, I'm also worried about, like, Orechi just dying to the corruption. Could put the meat hook in front, though, which is probably what we're going to do. Okay, that's fine. We'll try it this way. Well, alright. Meat Hook is gonna have a bad time, but we're trying. We're just trying to have him absorb the corruption, basically. Okay, so now you exist, which is appealing. Alright, and then we're just gonna build up a green infusion. The spikes do help. Unfortunately, he gets the corruption, so he's losing extra reanimate every turn. Okay, we're gonna do this so that we can kill the collector. Hello, Ashiaka. How you doing, friend? How goes the stuff and the things? I maybe should have put you on top floor as a backup for my one who is currently corrupted, but we'll see what we can do. Super tired, allergies have kicked in early, and I only got medicine today, so sleep has been crappy. Gotcha. Also, I did space out that I overwrote the boiler room with the trapdoor, which is not what I meant to do. It should be largely okay. Well, overall, that sounds rather unpleasant, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the problem. Okay, so you don't quite die that way, so I can hold on to the infusion for like one more turn. I don't know that that's enough, but we're gonna try. No, I really don't want spikes. I want reanimate. Fuck. Oh, whoops, I didn't think about... Well, didn't mean to do it that way, but that's fine. Unfortunately, he just loses reanimate so quickly. Yeah, that's not enough. I'm not surprised by that. Okay. Yeah, basically it just comes down to I couldn't let my dude get the corruption. I knew that. I let it happen anyways. Didn't go well. Also, I think basically what I need to do is just not be setting up my main things on... Like, I just need to be letting some of these guys damage my pyre, I think is what it comes down to. It is truly not the end of the world. It is a fair bit of damage, but it's not the end of the world. Anti-REM song incoming? I don't know what that means. Alright, I'm not wildly happy to play that there, but I think we need to do it. Need is maybe a bit too strong a word, but I just don't want to take so much more damage from those guys. And it's very likely that we draw the other one this turn. Yeah, there he is. Rem the band. I mean, I assumed that's what you meant, but I have spent approximately 0 time listening to REM. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not just dazing you currently. Should have done that before I did all this, so that you'd be getting more unstable on you. But hey, and that doesn't solve you, unfortunately. Okay, now he's dead. Everything is fine. And then Overworked Assistant does just a lot of work for us. Well, once again, I do wish that we had taken Draw instead of Ember. I knew that this was a possibility, but here we are. Either way, we should be more or less okay. Alright, and he's dead! Ta-da! Also, the spikes help cut through his reanimate faster, which is nice. I mean, Surgical Strike is cute. I'll take it. I probably shouldn't, but I do like it. These don't matter for us. They just don't matter. Geared Gauntlet technically kind of could be cute, since I could put it on a Urechi and just let him build up until Relentless, but he doesn't do enough damage at a baseline for it to matter. Sure, I don't really need to give you Permafrost, but I will. I mean, the holdover's cute, but doesn't, like, super matter. Okay, so I could do a holdover on the Surgical Strike. Don't think we need to do that. It's kind of cute. I think we want to do a holdover on the Explosive Reaction. Could also have done double stack. I probably should have done double stack instead of minus costing it, but I didn't. Here we are. I don't know. Yeah, I'll take the Leaky Pen trade-off. That's actually very good for us. I still have a number of things I would like to do. Like, I would love for that boiler room to be deployable. Both just because it'd be nice, and also so I wouldn't have to draw it later. Okay. Let's build something up. I should also probably start getting rid of more of the smiths. But here we are. Okay, so you can go there. I could play out the trap shoot. You know what? I will... I'm gonna just not take the damage here. And by not take the damage, I mean I'm not going to play out the things with the Pyre Tap, even though it would have been really nice. I was really hoping that he was going to go to top floor. Because then I could have brought them both to bottom floor and dazed them together, and that would have been cute. I didn't think it was possible to not have listened to REM at all. I mean, yeah, you are right to be surprised, especially for a man of my age and generation, but that is how it is. Why don't they give me more reanimate? Only reanimate, dare I say. Okay, well, this is cute. God, I really wish that the trapdoor was ready this turn. But it's not. Nah, we'll wait on that. That's fine. We'll just do this. Explode them, get a bunch of embers so we can give more reanimate and live the dream. Really don't care about all the spikes. What I care about is reanimate. Pretty exclusively, that's what I care about. Okay, well, we may as well trapdoor you because Relentless starts next turn anyways, so we're not going to get to use that next turn. But also, who really cares? Could do a lot more damage by hitting with him, but... Or hitting him with that, I should say. But I was just trying to hold on to the reanimate a little bit. I mean, we should be winning regardless here, but... Now we're going to win even harder. Well, not the most helpful, and I definitely could have gotten more in cans had I done that differently, but it doesn't matter! Because, they're already basically dead, and now they're super dead. And I can do that a lot more times. Nope. We'll take the draw. Yeah. Matters less now, but especially, it's still good. And if I get the boilerplate deployable, not boilerplate, boiler room, that's all well and good anyways. Well, I think I'm going here to make it deployable. Would be nice to get the healing. And I think I want the Merchant Magic next, but I maybe want the healing. I mean, we've got enough HP. It's just nice to have a buffer. Either way, let's make that deployable. It would also be nice to make the trap shoot deployable, but it doesn't really matter. It would just be nice not to have to draw it later. Yeah, we'll just do another of these. Another explosive reaction is kind of cute too, but that's okay. Okay, that's all I'll spend for now. Okay, well, the Mark of Invasion is scary. I think there's a reasonably good chance that I can stop them even while setting up on bot. Yeah, that's fine. Wasn't what I planned, but it does work. It's a little slow, but it does work. Real glad that I minus cost that. That only does 4 damage, not 5. Oh, that's okay. Alright, well, we take a tiny bit of damage. That guy, not quite dead, maybe a problem, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, that's not that you die. That's good enough. I was gonna save the purple infusion for this guy, since I might be able to get rooted on him, but it doesn't matter. We drew the trap shoot, which I was hoping we would do. So then I can just bring him down and we don't have to worry about it. In the meantime, we will instead do this. And just do a whole lot of incanting. Alright, now his unstable is at a much higher amount. Pretty exciting stuff, dare I say. I would like to get his reanimate higher, but that's not super necessary at the moment. Unfortunately, the Smiths putting armor on him is legitimately kind of a problem for me. It's actively an annoyance. Because I need it to not be so much armor that it prevents me from killing with the explosive reaction. But that's okay. Alright, we'll just stop doing that now. Exciting stuff. Yeah, I do really like Overworked Assistant. It's just a cool unit. It's maybe too strong, but I don't know. It's a cool unit. I like it a lot. Oh no, it's Rax! What a terrible fate. Such a mighty foe. And no, we don't need to be doing this. Yes, we are doing it anyways. Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and kill Rax before he can do anything. Ta-da! Okay. And we should be in good shape versus Seraph. The Titan should also be pretty good shape for her. Maybe less good, but we'll see. Don't think I really need to be healing. So we'll go here for the removals and the dupe and all that. Yeah, unfortunately those are all worthless for me. I really wanted Dante's Footstool, not a Tuned Whetstone. Yeah, not helpful. At least the removals are helpful. Okay, let's get rid of the Smith as well. I guess I'll double stack that. I will intrinsic that. Sure, just in case we need it. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have... Well, whatever. We'll spell chain this, I guess, and then I just am... Oh, I guess I do have enough to do one more dupe. More Forevermore Serums is nice. Maybe I'm just gonna do this, though. Could also dupe an Overworked Assistant, but I think we've got enough draw and the deck is small enough now that'll be okay. Alright, just for safety's sake, we'll do this, I guess. Overall, we should be fine. Like, we do a lot of damage and we do it pretty quickly, and I have ways to disable the Titans, more or less. Seraph is not going to cause us any meaningful grief. Like, we'll make it work just fine. Do really want to draw an Overworked Assistant turn 1. Okay, so there's that. Beautiful stuff, I say. Yeah, I didn't even need to do it like that. Because what we want to do is we want to move him down first. Because then we start applying Unstable to him as well. And then we just incant as much as we can. Also, we give you even more days before I forget to do that. Are these Necrobinders new cards? Hi, Sal. How you doing, Club Novel? Unfortunately, I'd like to hit you with the Explosive Reaction, but I won't kill you, and I really want the extra Ember back so I don't have to burn HP with the Pyre Tap, so we'll just do it like this. Anyways, still doing a lot of damage. Especially because we already did a lot of damage before that. And now we can do the Explosive Reaction, no problem. So much reanimate. Now, hopefully, we just don't draw super poorly against the Titans. We should be fine. But, yeah. Unfortunately, versus the Titans, if I leave the Permafrost and an Infusion in my hand, it will block one of the draws, because I'm naturally drawing 8 each turn now. And, With the Titans, they'll also be giving me the Pyre Lights, so I will need to hold less cards in my hand. Anyways, that's fine. Let's generate some Unstable. We want to do as much incanting as we can before we kill anything. We should already have the kill, but just for good measure. Alright. And then we do that. It's a lot of damage. And then, oh, I don't know, we just do 400 damage each time. And we still got 13 reanimates, so we'll just kill him. Plus he was already dying to the Unstable there anyways. Ta-da! Our deck is pretty good. Nothing like overkill, just for good measure. There's no kill like overkill. Oh, boy, oh. Now, hopefully we don't draw too badly, but we should be pretty good just kind of in general. Yep. There we go. That doesn't really matter either, but here we are. We're going to daze you for a couple turns. Who cares about that? Technically should have done that before we played him. Doesn't really matter. Okay. What we want is a purple infusion. That is what we want. Sure, I'll do that now, even though I'd like to build it up more. And ideally, I'd like to save the melee weakness for when, like, the Pyre is actually doing real amounts of damage, but here we are. Sadly, can't play that in the Pyre room. I mean, it's fine. We don't actually want to stop him from doing things, because that would, in fact, drive me fucking crazy. Okay, well, we are taking some damage. We knew it was going to happen. And unfortunately, we can't stop Entropy from giving us their garbage cards, like the jerk that they are. But we're working on it, kind of. Again, I want a purple infusion. That's what I want. Okay, let's daze you more. Okay, we'll just hold on to that for the time being. We will do this a couple times, though, just to ensure that they're both dead. Okay, that's all we need to do. I think I actually didn't even need to do that much, but that's okay. And Savagery's permanently dazed, basically. Okay, so we want the melee weakness more than I want the sap. I want both, but I want the melee weakness most of all. Okay. Sure. He's losing Reanimate at a somewhat rapid rate, but that shouldn't matter too much. There's melee weakness. Well, not as much melee weakness as might have been desired, but still see what we can do. Well, he should die this coming turn regardless. Alright, there we go. You're not doing any damage, yada yada yada, here we are. Here we are. And just for good measure, we'll still play out these things, just because why not? What is life without playing out every single card we could? It does, in fact, create a satisfying amount of unstable. Ta-da! Alright, well, 662 unstable, 704, 1024. He's still dazed for multiple turns. And the next time he gets up here, we would just trapdoor him again. Anyways, there we go! There's the Titans! Truly exciting stuff for truly exciting people. We did take 4 damage, sadly, but so be it. Didn't really end up needing Ancient Pyre Tap. I mean, mostly that's... Maybe not mostly, but that's at least partly because we got the Boiler Room, which just made our Ember needs dramatically lower. But even so. Even before that, we weren't using it all that much. But anyways, there we go. Another crown complete. Not too many to go. It is 2 o'clock, but I'll do one more. We're going to go a little bit over time, but that's fine. That's okay. That said, which champion are we going to do? Oops, that's not what I meant to click on. I feel like we should leave these for the end. Well, one of each of these. I'm probably going to do... I don't know, maybe I should do Echowright and Luna right now. I kind of wanted to leave that one, but I don't want to do Echowright Lazarus right now since we just did Lazarus. So we could do that. It's either that or we do one of the Remnant ones. But I think we'll just do Echowright and Luna and call that good. Yep, pretty confident I want the Moon Rituals rather than the Witch Weaves. Pretty confident that's the case. Bogworm is fine so long as it cooperates. Entropy is fine. First of Kin is good. I mean, like, these are all pretty solid. Departure Manifest. So, like, Departure Manifest is interesting with Luna. As an aside, I do wish that they had updated the picture on Departure Manifest. I can't zoom in on it here, but if you look close, it has... It has duplicated things. Namely, there are 2 Stygians. I forget what the other duplicated one is. I thought it was the Luna one because it's Luna at the bottom. But anyways, it's duplicated things. Whereas they now have enough clan symbols with Railforged and Wurmkin in the game that they don't actually have to dupe anything. But they didn't update it. Wasn't really expecting them to. Anyways, Departure Manifest. It is nice with Luna because we could use it to get... why am I blanking on their names? Meddler or the Conduit one. Or on the Wurmkin side, we could use it to get Bogflies. I think I just don't care. The problem is I also don't care about Lunar Lantern. I could just take Departure Manifest anyways, though it can lead to some problems. I think it's too Lazarus Awoken since it's greenish, but it's kind of small, so hard to tell. Yeah, I can't zoom in, but I think you're right. I think it's something like that, but don't know. Oh, I remember what the weird thing is. It's that it is two Lazarus, but one of them is the old Lazarus symbol before it was a beaker, which I prefer that one. It wasn't like the greatest symbol, but I think the beaker is just like two on the nose and doesn't look like a clan symbol. It looks like a warning symbol in a science lab. Anyways, I'm just gonna skip. I should probably take one of them, but we're just gonna take the gold. Repeater's fine, especially in a world where we've got Shelter. I'm definitely looking towards, like, duping the First of Ken. We might not do that, but that's already looking like a pretty solid choice. Okay. Oh. We're gonna take some damage then, because there's no way I'm not killing that Collector. Would love to draw the Shelters, though. Okay. Well, now he can one-shot the frontliner, which is nice. I mean, we weren't taking damage either way, but it is better this way, nonetheless. Yeah, turns out Shelter with Repeater and First of Kin is pretty good. It's just real good. Also helpful that my Moon Rituals are free to play since they, naturally cost 0. So I can get my charges a bit higher on that same turn. Yeah, I maybe just want to take the Infused Shelter here. I'll do that. It's a bit overkill, but that's fine. Gravity, sort of appealing. I should probably take it as a backup. In the ideal world, we just hit, like, Smidgestone on the First of Kin, and then we're good. But barring that, Gravity gives us a way to overstack the floor. It would make the Bogworm growth feel somewhat irrelevant, but, I mean, maybe, kind of. I also don't want to rely on this too much anyways, since it is random which floor it affects. So, we'll take that. The days would have been okay, but we also are going to be doing plenty of armor with the Shelters anyways. We will go here. I do really want to augment the Shelter, but if I can get Smidgestone or Multi-Strike or both. Yeah. That's what we wanted. I mean, Scrivener's a lot better now that it doesn't hit starter spells. Honestly, not bad for us. Like, I don't know if I'm going to use the Scrivener long term, but at the moment, it is legitimately good for me. So, I'm willing to just take it and do that. And they're Flagellant. I think we'll set up on bottom floor. Yep. There are very few things it can hit, so we knew it was likely it would hit that. It wasn't the only thing it could hit, but it was likely. Anyways, here we go. Well, you're gonna take care of that problem. And then we just keep bulking up. Yeah, I really would like to get multi-strike on the First of Kin. Also, I don't know why the First of Kin is floating, but it is. Okay, well, here we go. Tons of armor and tons of extra attack for our dude. Somehow, I suspect this boss is going to be okay. I mean, like, we are taking a fair bit of damage, but we're still plenty of armor regardless. I don't need another shelter. If I had taken Departure Manifest, the Bogfly would be pretty good. Honestly, probably should have taken the Departure Manifest. Here we are. Don't need the Hosting Kin. Normally, I would have considered it, but no. Again, don't need the Moon Pixie. Mooncaller would have been cute with Departure Manifest if I had anything that mattered, but we don't. Yeah, that's what we want. I mean, I do like the Leaky Pen, but I don't want to give up the Ember. I'll take the gold. That's fine. Also, completely unrelated, but I'm excited. Steel Ball Run anime should be starting today. So that's cool. Unfortunately, I imagine Netflix is probably going to keep doing the batch releases, which is the dumbest fucking thing, but even so, it's going to be a good time. Okay, please draw the correct thing. Excellent. It was even the right one. Sure, we'll just play these guys out here. Okay, we should be in good shape. Since we just play a bunch of armor. Oh, had I thought about it, I would have played those guys on mid-floor where we had more capacity. Also, if the Fleshlings survive, I'd have a turn to like shoot them with the Echo Breaks or something. Not that I have meaningful damage with the Echo Breaks yet. Don't you see the mini flying motorcycle the First of Kin is riding? He saw how cool Echo Ray looked, so he bought his own one. Unfortunately, his is bootleg from Temu. It's extremely tiny. God, Temu is bizarre. So, like, originally, when I first started seeing Temu ads, they were even... So, like, they had the weirdest starting ads, where it was, like, a woman in a business suit in a factory, and she would be yelling at and effectively physically abusing her employees, being like, why do we have all this stuff in stock still? Like, be better at selling it. And it's just like, that's bizarre. I kind of want to shoot him to knock off the mask, but I also just want to kill the dudes. I do wish the phase blessings were infused, but that's okay. Oh. Ta-da! And thus, Flesh Weaver is dead. And then we get a bunch of extra gold. Thanks to the joy of Quilling Catcher. Heavenfall is cute. Title turning would be great if we didn't already have Shelter. Same with the Ritual Tome. But we have Shelter, and I like that a lot better. Glareminder is cool. But we're just not going to worry about that, I think. Yeah, we're just going to be duping and duping. God, we could dupe up to 4 times. I mean, that is too much duping. Either way, we're skipping these, and we're taking Ember. We'll figure out what we're doing after this. Okay, let's go here. And let's finally power up our Shelter. Don't really need holdover on anything. Don't need Holy Stone. Okay, Repeater 2 is what we're taking. Okay, so do I want to intrinsic a Shelter or the Gravity? I think we're pretty happy to just do the Shelter. Currently, I'm pulling the Shelter out with Scrivener, but eventually we would prefer not to have to do that. So then I won't have to play or spend the Deployment Ember and the capacity on the Scrivener. So we'll do this. And then we'll just minus cost that and minus cost that. And we're making First of Kin number 2. Probably didn't actually need to worry about minus costing these since I took Ember already. But even so, here we are. Let's start by getting rid of you guys. Second of Kin. Accurate. I also could take the magic power for the Echo Breaks. I don't really want to. It is technically helpful in a number of ways. Yeah, we'll just set up like this. This is fine. Well, there's that. I do kind of want to kill you guys before you can reach top floor, so we'll work on that a little bit. Problem is I don't have charges on other floors, so the Echo Breaks don't do a ton, but that's okay. And again, I should be generating plenty of... fine, I'm willing to do this, so then that just kills, and that kills. Anyways, I should be generating plenty of armor. That's like the entire thing we're doing. Well, we go. Okay, we are making worse shelters go into the consume pile right now, but I think it's still just worth it to play out more shelters total. Yeah, I probably just want to kill these guys anyways. Just so I can avoid some of the corruption. I'm eventually going to get some corruption. But I was just trying to reduce the amount that we were dealing with. Unfortunately, you die before being descended. But not a big deal overall. Again, we're just sitting on a boatload of armor, as our first of kins are also stacking up in power. As is only right and proper. Yeah, first of kin is cool. I definitely appreciate its higher scaling in Monster Train 2. And also just the changes to capacity and deployment phase and all that make it just so much easier to use. Also, it's only 2 costs now, whereas I believe it was 3 cost in Monster Train 1. Could be wrong on that. But I think it was 3 costs. Either way. It's a lot easier to play out more of them and make them like a main unit. And they're pretty cool. I mean, Unearthed Remains is good. I think we're just doing Chamber of Recall, though. Ooh, Cover of Night's not bad, but I think... I mean, I do like Cover of Night. Yeah, sure, I'll take Cover of Night, even though we just took a number of blights now. Merchant of Trinkets is cute, but we'll do this, I guess. Okay, let's make another First of Kin. And then let's remove some things. I've got plenty of gold, so let's put it to use. Unfortunately, I can't afford to put deployable on the Chamber of Recall. I mean, I was considering doing it anyways, just in case we end up with enough Ember for it. And with the changes to Dante's Footstool, it's no longer a problem if we have deployable on it, and it's our only like deployable thing. The point being is that Dante's Footstool can now hit deployable things as long as it is the last one or the only one in your deck. Sure. It's unlikely that this ends up helping, but I will do it. Also, I maybe should take an equipment there. I don't think it matters too much, though. So we're just not going to bother with clogging up our deck. Especially since I'm probably not taking draw. Sorry, Scrivener, you're pretty cool, but we just can't afford you. Oh, I didn't realize I could also play that. Well, I take the Vengeful Shard damage this way. Whatever, it's fine. I did really want to get rid of the Blight at the very least. Yeah, you know what? I'm willing to let the Scrivener take the heat here. Just absorb some of the corruption, even if our First of Kin already got most of it. But again, I am now at a point where I'm generating a lot of armor. Also, I have the Cover of Night. I won't always have the Cover of Night, but it is a very good card for me to get back now. Since it gives me defense and it gives me attack scaling as well, which is good when I have so many units on the floor. I don't super want to sap myself, but I think it's totally okay. Yeah, because, like, Echo Raid has high base attack. Don't really care if the Scrivener gets to 0 attack. And the First of Kins are gaining more attack than they're losing from the sap. Yeah, don't really need the gravity anymore, kind of. Sure, I'll play another, even though it means we're less likely to get the, yeah, whatever, I don't know. We're less likely to get the Cover of Night back this way, but that's okay. As we get to Repeater 3, we'll be getting back 2 consume cards each turn, which is going to be nice. And I was kind of hoping that we'd hit Manifold Mirror so we could get a Chamber of Recall on every floor. But we'll see what happens. Well, Quoto thinks he's so cool with his Titan skin. We do not. Does not bother us in the slightest. We can't use Return Soul. Ambient Charge is cool, but just doesn't matter. I could do Power of Knowledge. It's just not that important to me, but maybe I should take it to master it. It's not going to be that powerful, though, kind of. Because, yes, I have a couple consume cards rolling around, but we're only going to have, like, 3 in there at any given time, really. So it just doesn't matter. It's just not... I don't care. Okay, let's please make my things better. What do you got for me, Alcove? Canio's okay. Chico is probably what we want. Sure. It will slow down the Titans a little bit, but whatever, fine. Yeah, I think we'll do the spell chain on you. Maybe I'm gonna get rid of the gravity. Yeah, I also would sort of like to get rid of 1 or more of the shelters, but we'll leave that for now. Okay, so how's our floor structure looking? Alright. Looks decent. Well, poor guys. Doing what they can, and it's never going to be enough. Luckily, we can avoid taking damage. Well, I have to do that, which means we don't get to play out both copies of Cover of Night, which is fine. And then Strix has a real bad time. And now it is It is Hallow's turn for the real bad time. Unfortunately, this is not infused, but it also doesn't matter a ton. It'd be nice if we got Bog Slime, but it's sort of not a big deal if we don't. I will take a lot of damage here, though, probably. It's almost like this would have been one of those moments where it would have been nice to have... yeah, not quite. Anyways, fine. Take some damage. One of the times where it would have been nice to have the gravity, but oh well. It's the price of our own hubris. It's okay. We can afford it. And Hallow was also almost dead. Oh well, so be it. I also probably could have played the Scrivener down in a different position. There's just a lot of things I could have done better, but it's okay. Okay, well, then we just kind of easily beat them to death. Alright, I think I'm taking more Ember. And I'm definitely skipping these. I'm not, like, totally wild about the double Ember, but it is helpful. Anyways, we're going here. I might do remove consume on one of the shelters. I also might just minus cost you and dupe you. I mean, I don't really need to minus cost you totally, since Repeater will minus cost you for me. Yeah, I don't really need to do that, I don't think. Maybe I just remove those. Because I think we dupe the First of Kin here, and then we dupe the Cover of Night there. Okay, I'm gonna wait on doing anything too drastic here. I mean, I don't really care about that. Fine, I'll do that. Like, yes, it will already get minus cost, but this way I have an easier time playing it when it first comes up. I guess it doesn't really matter. I have extra Ember regardless. Whatever, it's fine. It's all okay. Alright, so then we just play out our army of buddies. I should actually maybe play the Scrivener here. Yeah, you know what? I will play the Scrivener. It gives us a much higher chance that we get the Cover of Night, which is pretty helpful with how much damage these guys do. Also, I still need to remove that Phase Blessing. Either. It's all good. I'm gonna not play out the Shelter so I can guarantee that I get the Cover of Night back, since I still have another First of Kin that I need to play out, and I need him to have protection when I do. Also, I recognize that being on top floor means that I have to contend with the Scourge cards, which is annoying, but we should be totally fine, because they're not actually blocking me from drawing anything, which is nice. Unfortunately, I can't get that. Nope. Well, I can at least play that this turn, and it'll be okay. Since I now get back 3 consume cards thanks to the Chamber of Recall as well. Well, sadly, didn't have the Echo Break for last turn when we had the Collector to get, but oh well. That's just life. Most of my cards cost nothing. It's pretty nice. I'll just not play out this Shelter now, since I just want to get back 3 better ones. It doesn't perhaps matter a ton, but it is still what we're doing. I will say it is pretty satisfying watching my army of First of Kins grow in strength. Even the one that we played late into the fight is still doing, you know, at 200 plus attack. And we've got tons of armor since, you know, we're constantly playing at the shelters. I will say, I kind of want to copy another First of Kin, but I don't think we need to. Anyways, let's just kill some things. Wow. I forgot that has Spell Chain on it. Not that it really matters to kill that guy, since we still have a bunch of stealth, and he didn't even get his extra power from his resolve triggers because he was muted, and we just kind of mow him down. Sure, I'll take another Chamber of Recall. I do love Carving Korska. Doesn't really help us right here. Lost Luggage does. Fine. Yeah, unfortunately, still can't really use the deployable thing. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're gonna do this, I guess, instead of doing it First of Kin. And currently we are able to get back 4 consume cards a turn, but we have 5 of them. So we're just gonna get rid of one of the shelters. And we will get rid of the Phase Blessing, because it just really does not matter to us in the slightest. And here we go. And so he's muted for a couple turns and won't be bothering us. What, no Fourth of Kin? I mean, we already have Fourth of Kin. Okay, so let's play out the Chamber of Recall number 1. Oh shit, I lost count. That you did. Alright, so there's that. And there we go. With the cover of Night, because it's giving 5 attack on its own, we're getting 20 attack on them per cast. And they each cast twice because of the spell chain. It's just good. Okay, so there's that. Oh, whoops, I meant to play this one, and I spaced out. Also, apparently I had no non-starter spells for the Scrivener to draw, which is not surprising, since I believe I've removed my last non-starter spell, other than, you know, like the Shelters, which I already had in my hand at the time. Realistically, I probably should have the Scrivener closer to the front so she can be killing one of these losers. And so then the real stars of the show can focus on murdering the boss and all that. Alright, there's the other Shelter now. Since I messed up and didn't play it before. Well, who needs real draw when we're still getting 9 cards a turn anyways? Alright, don't mind me, just boatloads of armor and a lot of stealth and a lot of attack. Not just 9 cards, but 3 of them are just what you want. That is true. Well, 4 of them, kind of, but I don't really care about the Shelters anymore. But yeah, turns out, getting back Consume cards is really good. Objectively, Return Consume is just much better than Draw. I mean, technically, kind of... No, but yeah, it is very good. Yeah, unfortunately, we knew this was a possibility, but I don't have any Echo Breaks in hand this turn, so I'm not benefiting from my triggers. Means it's a shame, but that's okay. Okay. Well, I couldn't even shoot the one down there if I tried, since they have Titan Skin, and I have no charges on any floor other than top floor. But there we go. And then we just kind of keep playing out things, and here we go. Don't mind me with my dudes all in the 800s. Even with the sap now, they're still going strong. Unfortunately, the Scrivener now does literally nothing with her ability, which is fine. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, this is a casual 900 times 2 on 4 units. We're doing okay. And thus, we fight the Titans. Which shouldn't be too bad. 640 armor for when the stealth runs out. Yeah. Also true. Okay. So. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's Echowright. I guess I'll put Echowright right there. It annoys my aesthetic sense, but I think it's maybe better to do this. Okay. I don't know that I actually wanted to play the Shelter yet. I think we just want to do the Cover of Night. Since I don't have the, I don't have the Chamber of Recall set up yet. And we don't even have corruption for a little bit. How thrilling. Okay, so now I can do... Wow. I'll play one of the shelters. I should have played the other one. I was hoping that... that Echo Ray was going to hit the one that costs 2, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, I can't play you, because I did space out that. I mean, it doesn't matter. Who cares? None of this greatly matters. Side note, it is weird that Entropy starts by putting Scourge card, not Scourges, but the Curses of Entropy in your deck. Even though I believe it doesn't say that anywhere on its tooltips. That's just what it does, though. Well, we can now finally start getting the Pyre Lights to speed up Dominion. I guess we'll just keep trying to shoot with the Echo Breaks. They do not a lot of damage, but it's just, why not? Alright. If I could apply Conduit in the Pyre room, I would, but I can't. Alright, well, unsurprisingly, Savagery and Entropy are both down. We're just waiting on Dominion, as one does. Cat, just make up your mind. You're in the way. Okay. There's that. There's that. Oh no, we're buffing all the enemies. Such a terrible fate. I'm doing 6 more damage to Dominion. Eventually, he'll die. Mind-numbing experience that it is. And no, I don't need to play these out every turn, and yes, that would speed up the battle a little bit, but it feels wrong not to. Alright, we're almost there. It won't take that many more turns. Oh boy, oh. Don't want me just chilling at nearly 1,000 attack, and it does not matter. Okay, now they're past 1,000 attack, even while having all the sap. Oh, okay, but finally our nemesis will die. And we'll be allowed to live a prosperous life. There we go! How thrilling. Oh, man. Anyways, there we go. That was a cool run. I mean, again, it was... We had, like, all the tools right from the beginning, basically. We had a repeater, we had the First of Kins, we had the Shelter. Yes, the Cover of Night ended up being kind of better for us. The Shelter was still helpful, though, in that it was preventing us from taking meaningful damage from the Corruption. But the Cover of Night was just better. Like, the stealth was a better defensive tool, and it was giving us extra attack on top of the attack we were already getting with the First of Kins. But there we go. Anyways, that was a fun run. Pretty simple, but pretty fun. And yeah, there we go. Exciting stuff. Anyways, we are stopping there for the night because it's late and I need to go eat and maybe sleep or actually go watch Steel Ball Run, since we all know that's what I'm actually going to do. But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably be playing Monster Train 2 again. Probably. That's the general plan. Thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.